Well, it looks like Dave Bautista, the Royal Academy for Dramatic Arts alumni, wait a minute, sorry, former professional wrestler, has gone full Hollywood and had his head blow up to epic proportions. All right, I want to get two things established right off the bat. One, I am not insulting or diminishing professional wrestlers. I owned a professional wrestling company, been a professional wrestling manager, referee, booker, even did some wrestling. That's not the point. The point is, it's a very different kind of acting than acting for film or TV or stage. That's all. And when I say different, I mean drastically different. The second thing is, I haven't done it in a while, so if you could, please subscribe to the channel, give the notification icon a ding, like the video, and now I want to show you why I think things might have gone to Mr. Bautista's head, since he said some things that are, well, a little big-headed. So we start off with the report that Dave Bautista has said he's no longer playing the role following the release of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's not news. We've heard that before. However, he was interviewed with GQ about his acting career, and he humbly stated that he was so grateful for Drax. I love him, but there's a relief that it's over. He added, it wasn't all pleasant. It was hard playing that role. Okay. The makeup process was beating me down, and I just don't know if I want Drax to be my legacy. It's a silly performance, and I want to do more dramatic stuff. All right, a bit too unpacked there. Now, he says that it was a difficult performance. Hopefully, he's referring to the things he mentioned afterwards, but if he's talking about acting and everything else, don't get me wrong, it's a role, but it is not a major starring role. So, the difficulty level, the makeup was beating me up. Totally get that, right? That is a legitimate issue or concern. A lot of these makeup-heavy roles, actors of all ilks, whether you're just starting out or you're super far advanced in your career, don't find it to be pleasant. I get that. By the same token, what you signed up for, what you're getting paid for, so you do your job. But it's the last part that really sticks in a lot of people's craw. It's when he says it's a silly performance. So denigrating one of the characters that basically established you as something other than a former professional wrestler, A. B, paid you money. That's it. Bottom line. You know, you got the role and you got paid and you did just good enough to be invited back 2 more times. 3 if you count the Christmas special. So honestly, with the way Hollywood works, LA having an unemployment rate of like, I don't know, 98%, it's some insane number. If you could get a job in the pictures, as they used to say, and be paid money and be brought back, you are grateful for that. Now, it takes a different sort of person or a different sort of mindset to be like, wow, I'm so awesome, I'm so great that a job that pays me money and they keep coming back with is below me simply because it isn't dramatic enough for you. Once again, my joke at the beginning, you're not a Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts graduate. Theater was your dream, then you took an interesting path to get there. So odds are it's not. But wait, there's more. The article states that the more dramatic stuff that Bautista is interested in appears to be working with director Denis Villeneuve. Bautista indicated he would work for the director for free, telling GQ that, quote, if I could be a #1 on the call sheet with Denis, I would do it for fucking free, unquote. And then he continues, I think that's how I could find out how good I could be. He brings out the best in me. He sees me in a different light, sees the performer that I want to be. That might be how I solve the puzzle. Now, a couple of things leap to mind here. First and foremost is that it is very well known that different directors of different talent levels and different calibers are able to get different levels of performances out of their actors and actresses. This is a reason that you could see an actor be terrible in one film and great in another. It really boils down to the performance the director pulls out of them. So the very, very good directors can pull great performances. The Stanley Kubricks of the world, the Steven Spielbergs, the Akira Kurosawa, etc., etc. So when Bautista is saying this, I'm not sure if he realizes this or not. I hope he doesn't. He's effectively insulting James Gunn. He really is. He's basically saying James Gunn can't get a performance out of me, but Denis Villeneuve can, which is just absolutely rude. Again, Gunn hired you when no one else was, gave you the chance, and this is how you repay him? Apparently, the big head thing is not as new as I thought, because the article actually does point out that Bautista previously indicated that Marvel Studios saw no value in either him or the character of Drax back in 2019. In response to an article from GQ South Africa reporting on Bautista's desire to play Clayface in a standalone film, the actor tweeted, "Point is, I freaking love comic book characters, and I want a standalone." Yes, because you definitely deserve a standalone. Marvel Studios doesn't see worth in Drax or possibly myself or both, but I'm not giving up. That wasn't enough. He had to add, "I missed out on a DC project because of scheduling conflicts, but hopefully there's other characters and opportunities." Doing a little damage control, maybe someone tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, that sounds pretty egotistical." Bautista went and did a tweet saying that Drax is funny as hell. He's also the Destroyer, which is terrifying as hell. His wife and daughter were murdered. He mourns them and craves revenge. No movie there at all. I literally would step out of this fucking role to see that movie, which most likely would get it made. Again, making the implication that it's him, not the character. However, he tops it off with what I hope is a joke. He states, "No, I wasn't planning on trying to step out of the role. I'm just saying, if it was a case where, quote, someone, unquote, didn't want to invest in me, but wanted to make the movie with someone else, I'd be happy to step aside. Safe bet that someone else would be a white guy named Chris." All right, so don't everyone get in an uproar. That was a joke at the time, because we had Chris Pratt in Guardians and Chris Evans in Captain America. So there was a big joke that to be in the MCU, you had to be a white guy named Chris. So that's all that Bautista was doing there. Ignore that. What is really to be focused on is the fact that doesn't seem to understand the big picture. And I don't know if it's his issue or the way Marvel works or whatever that is. But the Drax in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a small supporting character, in all honesty. He is not the complex, multi-layered, and multi-story-lined character from the comic books. There just simply hasn't been enough time, and they chose to gloss that over. They just state that his wife and daughter are killed, doesn't say who they are, doesn't even show it, okay? In all honesty, he's a minor character on the level of Mantis, or even Rocket or Groot. The films would suffer greatly without their presence. They are not the star. They made a choice to not focus on them. In fact, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is even making a point to focus on Rocket, not Drax. So accept your role, be appreciative for it, be thankful for it, and don't get out there trying to make claims that the studio's against you personally as Drax the Destroyer, because it's not you personally. They just simply didn't want or made the decision to not spotlight the character. Pretty simple. Someone really needs to deflate the big head of Dave Bautista.